we're back. We got everything I need now. Here's our oil. Slip that in there. Lubricate this. Definitely get the cutting edge done. Okay. Go down till you touch. You pull up a little bit, go full throttle, and start digging in. Okay, there's what we got so far. So there's our hole. Chipped in the finger. So you get about 3/4 of a hole there going. So it's gonna go right down there, see? Straight in. Alright. Time to get after it. Quit screwing around, start pushing. Whoa, what happened there? We just blew through a fin. Oh yeah, it's a big fin right there. Alright. So we went through the fin right there. So that means we're going to go deeper. I'm going to hit another fin. And the problem is I think we can go through the second fin too, which means we can't use the head if we do that. Not a good sign, but we'll see. We can make welders for to fix these problems. Let's get some hard metal finally. Just a matter of what happened underneath. So we're cutting through the first fin. Plumb the second fin under it. And I think there'll be some wall thickness in there, but not much. She's close. Real close. Yeah. Keep going. Not junk yet. Cut through another fin we will be. Yeah. Got through a lot of stuff there. We cut through the second fin now. Hard to tell. What am I doing with my pick? I had a pick over here once. There it is over here. So there's your first fin. Just want to make sure we don't go through the second fin. First fin okay, second fin bad. Second fin means head's no good. As long as we don't jump through, we're alright. Okay, we could go a lot deeper. It's going to be way deeper in a twin cam. It's supposed to be really thin on the other side. Okay, that's twin cam depth. You go about another 3/16 deeper. They give us an 1.5 inch deeper, 1.1 inch deeper, I mean, but see this low spot through here? See, we're way up here. We need to cut until we hit that cleans way down there. So until that cleans, we're no good. So we'll keep going. That's all we can do. So we're going to lower the bushing down. I'm going to need almost all of this. So it's about 1/4 inch. I don't want to go full quarter, but I need to go close to it. Probably have to go about that far to clean it. Cut through something else on the other side now. It's not good. Keep uncovering new areas. So now, cut through over in here. Oh, we're coming into our socket hole there. That's where the head bolt was at. Cutting through there. Still got a good 1/8 inch more to go over here, it looks like. So keep going. Not sure. What are you doing over here, Scooby? You don't like the air compressor? You don't like the air compressor, Scooby? The air compressor, what am I going to do, Scooby? Forget it. How am I supposed to work? He's right where I got to stand. He's going to have to move. It's alright, just stand on your tail, Scooby. It's alright. Oh, we cleaned. Maybe I went too far. Maybe an extra 20 thou more than I need to there, maybe? I'm not sure. Grab again. There's our hole. Yeah, it's pretty close right there. Yeah, there might have been 15 thou more I needed to go there, maybe. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. Looks like there's still a low spot right here. I don't think I quite cleaned right there. That's right where we got to have our sealing area, though. I'm not sure. That's not going through at least. Looks like we're good on thickness there. Excuse me, put over, you can see it. I don't know what that is right there. I'm going to kiss it just to one more just to make sure. That might be a mark left over from the cutter. I'm not sure what that mark was. Let's see if we can just kiss it again. We're bottomed out, so I'm not sure if we're going much deeper anyway. Theoretically, it shouldn't go any deeper. But we'll hit it again just to make sure. Yeah, looks like it cleaned it up. Yeah, looks good now. Alright. Well, we didn't bust through the chamber yet. That's a plus. Not sure how thick it is, but it's in there a long way down. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and tap it with our tap right there. So this is our tap here, 10 millimeter. So, what happened to my Allen wrench? There it is. So I'm going to loosen up this bushing a little bit. Give me a little flex. This tap wants to bind up as you turn it, so if you loosen the bushing up, it gets a little bit of flex area. Okay, so put a liberal amount of honing oil on there. That's what I use for cutting fluid. Works very well. Put it in there. Here's our tap handle. Okay, a little pressure to start it. Not super heavy, but enough to push it in. After you get about 3 turns, it should be fine, but I always put pressure on it when I go down. You don't wear the thread out on the tap. So you push down the handles a little bit as you go down. Not a lot, just a couple pounds of pressure is all you're doing. You go down about 5 or 6 turns, pull it out, and we'll put some new lube on there. Clean that hole out a little bit. So the air blows the stuff out, and this vacuum cleaner sucks it up as it blows on it. I'll go down until it bottoms out. That's bottom. Okay. Blow off your tools here. Get chips and oil off that you can. Wipe it down. Keep everything nice and clean so you don't trail a big mess everywhere. Unless you want to. Okay, back over here, clean up our mess. Clean off more parts. Okay, pull this thing off. Technically, you probably don't need this back brace, but it doesn't hurt to hold it down firmly. You do have a lot of leverage here, so this is the pivot point. If you hold it in the back, it ain't pivoting anywhere. It's being held solidly. A little extra rigidity never hurt anything. Nice tight fit. I pushed the dowel pins out a little bit deeper than they had it. You can see how they had Loctite on that pin. I'm about a 1/16 more out than they were on both of these, so they bite in a little bit harder. Once again, a little extra rigidity never hurt. Clean this off again. Use a noisy vacuum cleaner. That one's too big to get in there. Okay, so there's our hole all the way in there. Looks like we're in good aluminum. We are definitely into this head bolt, but you can see where the mark is here, so we're all right probably when you use the S&S head bolt, which was this one. Like that. And we still get the socket in there, we need it. You probably will have to cut the washer back a little bit to get room. But that can be done. Nothing hard to do. Okay, so I'm going to drill a hole through it. Just a little small drill bit right here. So I'm going to do that, and that'll be the actual hole the air comes through. And our small drill motor. Which way are you going to go here? They're high speed for small drills, otherwise they break. Don't push very hard so when it pops through you don't break it against anything. That was not very deep. That was not no 200 thou deep. That was about 1/8 inch deep. afraid of. Alright, let's see what we got. It is what it is. Say it doesn't work with Evo, so we'll find out why. Okay. Blow it out. A lot of stuff out there. I got a hole in it. Okay, so there's what you got. Got a nice deep ass hole in there. And over here is where the hole comes out. So now we're not sure how thick that area is. My guess is it's not very thick. So I'm going to check the thickness of this. Doing a drop test. So we're going to use a drill bit. Let's see, that doesn't work on the same hole easily. It's tight. Oh, this one does because it's so thin. Yeah, not a good sign. The other ones didn't go through because they're so tight. And where's my backstop? Great. What do I do with it? I'm going to put this Allen in the back. I can't find one I was using before. So we'll go ahead and put this in here. Into our hole. That thing is thin. Very thin. Yeah, there's nothing there. Yeah. Yeah, that's how thick that is. It's literally only about a 1/16 of an inch thick. Very, very thin. So there's a big hole to be had right behind this thing. There's very, very little strength right there, so what's going to happen is that'll probably break out over time, possibly, and then it'll be exposed to cylinder pressure, your compression release valve. So it's going to want to come up those threads, but it doesn't really matter because the spark plug goes all the way through, remember? It doesn't really matter. The only thing is we don't want that metal to be bouncing around the side of the motor. So it's thin in place and thicker in others, so not sure the thickness where it is at. It's probably just about ready to break through right here, I bet. So the only way we find out for sure how thick it is start beating on it with a hammer and see what happens. That'll tell us how thick it is. So this is our compression forces. Okay, that's pretty good pressure, I think. So it does not appear to have done any damage to it. Appears to still be there. It feels flat. Doesn't feel like it's buckling under. You can feel my dimple marks when I'm beating on aluminum, but it hasn't affected it any. So I think it'll work. It's definitely thin though, no doubt about that. And it looks like it'd probably work on an S&S head too, because it's got enough area there to put a big ass valve in there. It still wouldn't hit. So I think we're okay. You can see already Evo head's cracked right between the valve seat and the guide already, see? Because they're so thin, so I think being thin over here ain't gonna hurt nothing. Worst case is this hole opens up on you, and it decreases your compression ratio slightly because that hole in there will open up. There'll be about a 3/8 of an inch or 1/4 inch deep hole that's about that big. I'm not sure how deep this goes into there. Yeah, it looks like it goes in there pretty deep. Can't really get my finger to the end of it, but yeah, there's going to be a good 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch of a hole in there. So that will decrease the cylinder compression by that amount. Okay, what I want to know is when you put this in here, what's it look like? So you can see it going through the fin there. I have to come all the way down now. Still works. Spark plug is way over here, so we don't have any problem with that, obviously. So this is the late one here. This one even fit in its head because this is an early head. This is an 84 or 85 head because it's got the small holes in it. See, the later heads have the big hole in it. So I think that would fit in there. You can see how it looks like it might go in. It'd be very, very close. Here we can see better. I think it'll clear the large diameter stud if you had a later head, but say this is an early head, so. Yeah, worst case, you got to turn the hex here until the flat is facing this, then it'll fit. So I think we're all right on that. So the SNS won't fit in there either. So this one here takes big, thick spacers with a bolt that goes through it. So you probably have to dimple the spacer a little bit right there to go in. You know, there's a big. The spacer is literally 5/16 thick. So this is an early head. 84 and 85 only. 86 I think they went with the bigger stud. For sure 87 they did. So this is an early head. So if you're going to butcher something that's rare, right? What the hell. Alright, so now this early bike has compression releases in it. At least this one head does. So anybody needs a rear head for an 84, 85 Evo with a compression release, yeah, it might have one laying around. Maybe. There you go. Alright, so it looks like it'll work. So Evo compression hole does work. But it'd be nice if it didn't go quite as deep, but it didn't poke through yet, so it's good. Alright, so I don't know how it's going to work on like an SNS head, but looks like a regular head it will work on, at least on these 84, 85 castings. So I'll have to get a late casting to try out. So if anybody's got a junk late model Evo casting laying around, feel free to send it to me. I'll test it and see if it works. I don't have any, so can't do it. But anyway, that's what it looks like. So there you go. That'll work. Looks just like these twin cams over here now. Yeah, see, looks just like them. Except different. Alright, that's it for this job.